Welcome to crypto's report. My name is Ben. So we are going to go through our very latest weekly crypto's report, and then we're gonna do a fundamental analysis on one of the tokens, possibly discussing a few things here and there. As the market is very excited, that's really it's really the best news for the last couple of years. We've been projecting the bull run since Bitcoin flipped 50K. So it's been a while, for the past few months. So, and that's one of the reasons why we don't call shorts, especially we in a bull run. So a lot of things to go through for last week, and then of course this week as well. Many things. So we're gonna briefly touch on some of them very quickly. So last week the market dipped just a little bit on the news of the Mt. Gox got transferred to another. The old coins got transferred to another wallet. But nothing. It just about 3%, 3% on Bitcoin move, and then of course all coins will move depending upon 5-10% very easily. When Bitcoin is dipping down because of dominance. We've been talking about the dominance for for so long, and then of course our analysis is that the dominance has broken down. And now it's in the retest zone, and if that retest is successful, we're gonna expect the dominance to go down. However, for this cycle, we call it an institutional cycle, and that means a lot of institutional money will flow into Bitcoin in particular, and of course, altcoins. And as soon as the ETFs and Bitcoin got approved, and now Ethereum, and then we're gonna see Link. We're going to see Solana, and then of course many others. All right, and another very important news is the celebrity meme coins. We got Iggy. Now it just today it surpassed $100 million in market cap. People dump an insane amount of money into cryptos, especially meme tokens. So, and who knows if this singer or this artist or this celebrity will continue to to get that meme token all the way to a billion, a couple of billions, all right? Because some infamous anonymous people got meme tokens to billions of dollars, and then Iggy can possibly get it to a couple of $1 million very easily, a couple of billions to be correct. So we're gonna see. It's a marathon. We in a bull run. Everybody's got excited. Now on top of that, we have an uncertainty with fiat, inflation, everything else, coupling for the past couple of decades. Now it's a perfect time, right? And then got the Apple rumors on Jasmine and Solana. We talked about Jasmine 2 weeks ago. Now it's about close to 90%, 2x already. So, however, a confirmation of the rumors, if they're going to be partnering with Apple, then Samsung, and then of course many others, they're going to see a full recovery to $3, $5, depending upon how big and how ambitious the team will be. But the recovery can be full. So that means we're going to see a full recovery of Jasmine. And we did a simple analysis on Jasmine. Last time we got the analysis with very fundamental. You could see the previous videos, and then for the monthly, if you look at the monthly chart, it can be another 2x. Could be the next week or could be this month. And then who knows if it's because next week we're going to see Apple the developers conference. So we're gonna see if it's gonna keep that 3.5 support level on just my 3.5 cents to be correct. Then any announcement from them, Apple, we will continue to see the pump. And now it just flipped. If you see the monthly chart on just my, it's gonna be, this is the full recovery to $5 right here. So the monthly chart, we take a look at the monthly chart right here, at 3.5, and then we're gonna see 5 cents and 9 cents, if the rumor is true. So people will be continue to stack up the token until the final say from either party. The rumors on Solana might not be with Apple might not be as big, but for other smaller coins and tokens we're gonna continue to see. The monthly chart looks really good. So as long as it's not broken down to the support level, which is 3.5 cents plus or minus, sometimes the deviation of a few percentage. So we're gonna see, but it looks really good with the excited markets, and everybody now relies on that excited market. We talked about last time on Ethereum will be hitting all-time high before Bitcoin. However, it's anybody's game right now. At this moment, it could be Ethereum first, then Bitcoin, or Bitcoin first, or and then a few moments ago, Binance Coin or BNB just hit all-time high. So some of those large caps now they are hitting all-time high after all-time high. So we're gonna see. However, last week we projected that Bitcoin or Ethereum will be hitting all-time high this week. However, it took longer than expected, but we're gonna get there. Could be this month is a sure thing, but on a weekly basis, it's gonna take some time. So, but still, Bitcoin is on the verge of hitting all-time high. Ethereum is same thing. Only another 10%. We're gonna see another all-time high. So. Last but not least, that we want to touch upon is the cryptos will go mainstream for this cycle, and that's very key. That's very important. Coinbase wallet, they've been developing that with the non-custodial one, plus the smart wallet. Now it's extremely easy to connect, from DEX to another exchange, to buy token, to sell. It's extremely easy with a non-custodial wallet or an exchange. Very extremely easy. And then MasterCard got in, Robinhood. So Uniswap. These companies they have been developing amazing technologies to support cryptos in general. The end goal is to bring cryptos to mainstream. So for an average Joe, for a regular individual, now they can certainly get in, get out, store, exchange values, based on with cryptos. Okay, so we're gonna be talking a little bit on this is very counterintuitive. However, since we on the topic of celebrities. Remember last time, some of the celebrities like Kim Kardashian got charged for promoting a token without proper disclosure in the United States, not in other countries, but in the United States. So that's one, right? That's one. But the thing is, politicians or we humans in general, what we don't realize is if you charge people or celebrities for promoting without proper disclosure, you should also charge the people that are demoting cryptos, and now it's not going to zero and it's not going anywhere, but it's all the way, it's all-time high after all-time high for the last decade. So what does that mean? Like Warren Buffett, we're gonna use that as an example. Warren Buffett, right? So he gave Bill Gates an advice to diversify his portfolio. So if Bill Gates didn't do it, all right, he could be $1 trillion man right now. because he owns about 30% of Microsoft. Microsoft is more than $2 trillion, close to $3 trillion. So the advice is the bad advice. Bill Gates made tens of billions, but he lost. In overall. So it means what it means is diversification is key to make sure that you don't put all the eggs in one basket. However, when you diversify with the wrong tokens, okay, that shows that you're going to lose more of the values. You need to have conviction, and if you hit the right ones, then you don't have to really diversify. Okay. Second, Warren Buffett, for example, he's been trashing Bitcoin in particular. Say, he called red poison, but yesterday, Berkshire stock just got all the way. It's a glitch, right, from the New York Stock Exchange. It's just a glitch, but that is the show. It could be a sign of a very bad crash on the stock market. Very, very bad sign. It's a technical glitch. It's not like the stocks will crash. However, it will in the future. It might have a very bad crash. We're not gonna speculate on that because we're not focusing on stocks. However, he called Bitcoin a red poison, such many things like the late Charlie. It's the same exact thing. So these people, they demoted cryptos, and then of course their followers, they're gonna be listening to them, right? And they are missing the opportunity of financial freedom. They losing the gains, but they don't get charged. Like Peter Schiff, he's been trashing Bitcoin since like 3,000 or maybe 1,000, and now it's 70,000. People who listen to him, they really miss that opportunity for financial freedom. Not only financial freedom, that's really a bigger goal, but the gains, the huge gain. Like if you listen to Peter Schiff, for example, at 3,000, now it's 20x with Bitcoin. Not to say if you spend the time to learn about the blockchain technology, you can get into Ethereum, you can get into Solana when it was a few dollars, a few cents, for example. Those are very solid technologies. It's not like, and then of course, many got into meme tokens. They have that risk appetite. So, when politicians, they talk about charging Kim Kardashian for promoting cryptos without proper disclosure, they should also charge Warren Buffett, Peter Schiff, all those guys for demoting because they've been wrong, right? Like Professor Bitcoin from Boston, for example, they have been wrong for so many years. So why are we not charging them? Because they, first of all, they demoted cryptos and they don't have any proper disclosure, even though they own nothing. They might own something. That's the same thing, right? At the beginning, Mark Cuban trashed cryptos, Bitcoin in particular. Now he got into cryptos. Same thing with Michael Saylor, right? At the beginning. So that is to say, when people study and they realize there will be huge potential that will be changing the lives of all of us with the blockchain, then they're going to change their mind. But that is, it's very counterintuitive. Like people promoted cryptos when in the bear cycle they got charged, like pay the fines, like millions or tens of millions. But people, who demoted, they got wrong, but they got nothing, right? So, so that's really that's very counterintuitive. But that is to say, you really have to do your own research. You kind of listen to all of those advice, get all of those advices together, do your own research to make sure you understand the technology. Don't blindly follow or listen to just one opinion. Always, go out, explore. It's just like the Warren Kitty, the very famous with GME. He. Now he's closed. His positions on GameStop is like $200 million. However, one of the things that we got out of that is YOLO. For the young generations, there's only one life to live. So what are you afraid of? What are you, with cryptos, it's a silent protest, and it's a change. It's a change for humanity. That's on a different level. It's extremely very, very important. You don't have to really invest into cryptos, but you can certainly invest time and resources to study, do your own research before listening to someone, whether or not that someone is very famous or that someone is not very famous. Okay, if you listen to Professor Bitcoin, he's been wrong for a decade. You listen to Peter Schiff, you missed out on so many opportunities with cryptos. If you listen to Warren Buffett, you miss it entirely. Okay, so that is to say, it's very important to do your own research, get all the opinions together, and then do your own research. Very, very important. Okay, so that's all for the headlines, the news, and we continue to project the same exact thing like last week. Bitcoin will hit another all-time high. Ethereum will hit another all-time high, along with many large-cap tokens, like BNB just did. So we're gonna analyze just one token, and then possibly we're gonna analyze Teller, and then but we're gonna touch upon the rumors a little bit here before we go there. Apple, it's Apple next week. That's the event. Whether any of these parties will make an announcement, that's another story. But as soon as they have any partnership, that will be huge. However, remember that the Nokia, Kodak, all of those companies, they big tech companies. It's the end of an era of Web 2. Apple, Samsung, all of those guys. So we have to move on to AI, quantum computers, Web 3. Blockchain technology, global internet like Starlink, from Elon Musk, for example. So if you're not innovating fast enough, we're going to be falling behind, and then you're going to be gone. The same thing can happen to Apple. Same thing can happen to any company, especially in a tech, in the tech world, because people are moving fast. Innovations move without really waiting for anyone. So Apple is really at a if they're not innovating, it's really at the end of an era for them. You could see the sales of the iPhone are actually dropping, and that's a good sign. That is a sign to come. So if they're not getting into the blockchain, they're going to be late. If they're not getting into AI, they're going to be late. Excuse me. So that is the story. It doesn't matter how big Apple is. Okay, once they're gone for good. All right, so let's do a refresh here. Let's see if we could analyze Teller, TRB. Okay, so probably we might not need that, but all right. So for this one, you could see a little bit of manipulations on this one, right? A little bit, not a little bit, but it's manipulation. The goal of a market maker, when they partner with a token or they partner with an exchange, is to maintain the price. That's really their priority, to maintain the price, get it stabilized. You don't see spikes like this. And then, of course, the next priority for them is to sell the tokens. How do they sell it? They pump the token up to, slowly. Could be days. It could take them days. Could take them weeks. And then they slowly they sell the tokens. All right. Sometimes they really have to dump it, but that's another story. But the goal is to pump a little bit, get people excited about the tokens, and then they sell. And that's how that's one of the ways companies, they raise money through tokens. And that's why you see all of these big spikes. Some of the especially when a token is on an unregulated exchange, and their company is in an unregulated market. So that's where you're going to see all these. However, some of the companies, when they have the funds, and if they really going after their roadmap, they going after their vision, then they continue to build the products, and then the price will recover. So Teller is a good example. Probably they got, and then of course you have other market makers got involved. They manipulate the market. So and that's really something that's unavoidable in a unregulated market. Right. Okay. So we're just gonna analyze just a quick analysis, very fundamental, but we know possibly it will go up here, go up from here just like people that we analyze hit 2x, just might hit 2x, possibly the teller can hit 2x. So let's see if we could get the price instead. Can we get the price? Not the total market cap, we just need to get the price. Okay, so we got the price here. Let's do 1 day. Okay, 1 day we can't see it possibly, so 4 hours will be good enough. We see a pattern in here. It's really, we call right around 50, a little bit of plus 50 all the way to 150, very close, very close. So that's about 3x. Now it's correcting a little bit. You can see the trend here, just a little bit. Okay, so just a little bit here, and the resistance is around 150. Okay, that's a key resistance level. As soon as it's breaking that level of resistance, you could see a recovery. Okay, so either you're gonna wait. There are a couple of strategies. Either you're gonna wait for it to turn that resistance to support, got to retest successfully, and then that's how you can enter. Or you could have, you could be very you can certainly be risky at the bottom here. Let's see if we could draw a block here. Okay, all right, so this is where it's going to be here. Oops, so we're doing this okay, so right around let's see, 90, 95 up to 100 plus, that's the buy zone. Okay, that's really the buy zone. So and it's really at, it's, it just like, this is really the bottom of this correction right here. Went from $50 all the way to 150. Now it's down around 40-50%. Sometimes that's how these tokens can be manipulated very easily because of a very thin order book. So that's really the range. If you enter all this, then it'll be very risky, because a swing of $5 to $10 is really 5 to 10% right now with teller. Then a high leverage can be liquidated very easily. So you could certainly enter right around plus or minus 100 and hope that it's going to be good, or wait. Better to wait until it's breaking out to that 115, and then retest the wait for the retest. Okay, so that's where the level should be 115, and then of course 2x, it will go back to that $500, because the team is very hard at work. We are going to see another so 115, and then we're going to see right here, that's another level, $260, and then of course it'll go back to that $500. Once it's very comfortable at that $500, then we're going to see it. Who knows, if the team continues to innovate, we're going to see $1,000. So so that's for teller, TRB. Other than that, the market's very excited. Then we're going to see all-time high after all-time high, not only from Bitcoin, Ethereum, but also many large caps. And then to recap, people dump an insane amount of money into meme tokens, into new projects. So you got to be extremely careful with with the money. Get excited, but it's going to take, for this institutional cycle, probably it's going to take more than 2 years instead of just like 2. But we're going to wait and see for how long it's going to take. But people will be taking profits along the way. And then of course more institutions will get in as soon as, like, the big brother, the United States, America, got approved Bitcoin ETF, Ethereum ETF. Other countries will follow. All right. And last but not least is this is very key. If you live in the United States, the dollar is really the only inflation. But if you live outside of the United States, and then if your country is exchanging or using the dollars for import and export, then you have to carry that monkey in the back, and that monkey is the dollars. So you have double inflation. Like the yen any other currencies, right? If they trade in the dollars, then you have double inflation. Okay, if you're in Europe and you have like three currencies, the Europe, your own local currency, and the U.S. dollars, and you have triple inflations. All right, it's that it's very counterintuitive on some of these things, but that's all. That's all for this week. We continue to keep marching to that mainstream of cryptos. Thank you very much for watching. We see you next time. Bye bye now.